Castling your king is the paramount way to keep your king safe and defended from danger. Also, sometimes it's important to know where to castle your king. Also, sometimes you don't want to castle at all. And also, there's sometimes that you want to not castle too quickly. So all these tips and more I'll be talking about this video today. So talking about the first scenario is that if you don't castle enough quickly, you're going to be crushed. This is a game I played against former world champion Ruslan Ponomarev. I was playing white. This game goes like this. And this basically setup, he likes to do King's Indian setup, but I just have this anti-King's Indian setup with d4. But he just has a gambit, a pawn, and e5. So I took that one, took the queen, bishop e5, up a pawn. Knight 6. But it's important not to be too greedy with something like bishop takes c7 here, because knight e4 just blasts open the rook, and it'll be just lost material right away. So we don't not want to be too greedy. So I played bishop e2. In retrospective, maybe bishop c3 is a better move because it blocks this move that he played night before, attacking this square and trying to fork the king and the rook, which would not be good. So I played knight a3, which is awkward to see, but after that he goes c6 to prevent knight b4 5 shenanigans. Bishop e2, defending and just developing the bishop and try to castle. It seems like everything's going right, but after rook e8, I was too greedy again. I want to not lose the e-pawn because if I do this one, oh, it gives the pawn back and also attacks the bishop. So I was too greedy in my mindset, so I did rook d1 to guard against the fork as well. There's a fork, and this one is right there, try to win the bishop this way. So I defend that one, but I had to give up a pawn in this case. But now with the pawn gone, it's EU material, I should think about how to castle my king. But instead, I just want to be too greedy again and just play knight d4, saying, okay, I want to just do a check. Well, not really a check, but a fork with a bishop on c6, attacking both rooks, and saying, okay, I got something. So knight e4 he played, and now I did bishop. I wanted to make sure that the bishop was protected because at the moment before, the bishop was having any defenders. So I want to keep this bishop safe. But after this one, knight ac3, soon enough, I just blundered a piece. I had a fork on f2, and basically the game was over, and I resigned against this really strong player. But the point is, sometimes you want to make sure you castle, not be too greedy like I did in the game. And this basically the material you have is not worth the king's safety. So checkmate basically ends the game, and it's not worth it for the extra pawn you're trying to strive for. So example number 2 is this one. It's coming from a Benko gambit, and this opening, white usually goes to e4. We take on f1, so the king is not f1. It says, okay, maybe black is safer compared to white's because the king moves and he can't castle anymore. But all enough is important to know where to castle your king in order to be saying, oh, my king is safer. Because let's say this hypothetically happens, d6, knight f3, knight b7, d3, queen c7, king c2 was normal. And now black just want to castle on queenside. So he's saying, oh, I'm castling. You're not castling. Therefore, I'm better. I'm safer. But no, it doesn't matter if you're castling first or castling at all. It's where you castle the king. You want to make sure that you castle the king side because, well, there's pawns there. Defending this one, this f7, g6, a7. Everybody's just covering the king in shelter. But this one, there's no pawns on the b7 square or a7 square. It's an open season for them to attack the black king. So this is not really recommended for anybody to castle in this game. So make sure that you have the king just structuredly defended by the pawns in front of the king. In most often cases, that'll be the right way to continue. So next example is this one, an endgame. And the question is, should you castle kingside? You can do that. So black to castle kingside earlier, I see. Should I castle kingside now? It's white to move. But the answer is no. You want to play king e2. Why is that? Because in that middle endgames, the king is an attacking piece. They want to be centralized. They want to be aggressive. They have to do mobilization moves. But the king in g8 after the king e2 is worse compared to the king a2 because now the rooks are connected. They can do something to d1, cover the d file. The king can move forward, maybe king e3, and white has better chances to try to win the game. So if you can imagine the rooks are off the board, only matters at that point where is the king is active? Is it participating in attacks or just basically sitting down doing nothing? But answer is you want to have active king in that point, preparing for the onset that the rooks are off the board and you win the endgame. So the last example is this one, and you want to learn how to not castle too quickly. Yes, this comes from a French classical science variation, and it's white to move. And some people just tell queen side castling, which is a really major mistake because after c4, it's really in black's favor a lot because b5 is coming. You can sack the pawn anyways, rook b8, and basically black is just crushing white. So instead, white normally does d takes c5. They take back on c5. Now, only now, they castle queenside because no c4 push. And this change, taking c5 before you castle, is all that you need to do to just make sure that the green light for castling queenside is really safe. I'll see you in the next video.